Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of 123 Wrestling right here on SRB TV. I am Kristen, as always, joined by Mo Brothers
Hi.
and Nick Slade.
Yeah, this guy.
Slade. As always, folks, you're going to be now checking out our predictions. This is our predictions for Clash at the Castle 2022, featuring all these great guys on my wallpaper, except for that guy right there. He's not in it. I don't know why. Whatever. So I guess our intros, kind of start wrestling news as well, because they kind of relate to leading up to our pay-per-view. So SummerSlam was the last chapter of the Vince McMahon era. After that, we started Triple H started rehabbing his NXT boys and girls, folks. Like Ricochet starting to look relevant again. Riddle just got his first name back. Women's Tag Team Championships are on two people nobody was expecting. You'll get to that.
What if Riddle gets his name back but loses his last name, so now he just shows up as Matt? Like nobody can just let him have his full name. It's just, here's Matt.
Let's see what else. Johnny Gargano is back in WWE on the main roster. Great. Loving the fact that they're starting to tie into NXT stuff into the main roster stuff like they should be doing, like with the amazing storyline going on right now between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens right now, which is starting to pick up from Monday. I mean, and there's only 6 matches and on the card, and all as of right now, we are recording this after Raw but before SmackDown, so there could be adding a 7th, but like I think 6 is fine, because I was telling Mo before we start, I think more Nick we started recording, is that what's great is the 6 matches where we are getting all have solid storylines going into them. That's what's great about them. Like, let's get this started. So, like, we are going to start with the most recently added match, which is Edge and Rey Mysterio taking on Judgment Day. Balor and
Priest. The Judgment Day.
Kiss my ass. So basically, pre-Triple H shaking over, they were great. Then they screwed over Edge for some fucking reason. Then they started losing more. Then SummerSlam happened. Edge came back. Then Raw happened. Then on Raw, they eventually built up Edge's return. Eventually, Beth Phoenix got involved a little on last week's Raw. And the Mysterios officially came back. And now it is going to be Edge and Mysterio versus Judgment Day with Dominic in their corner, which, of course, sprinkling the seeds for let's see, BDSM stuff to happen in Judgment Day between Dominic and Rhea.
Oh God.
I don't know if that's BDSM, but all I know is that the moment Dominic's head was crushed between those thighs, I'm sure he realized, it's like, you know what, I could be on a winning team where this happens to me every day, and I allow it to happen.
I swear to God, if that happens, I will book a trip somewhere. I'll book a trip to New Japan. Fuck it. The New Japan show somewhere in the US. Oh, you're going to be in Cleveland? Yeah, I'm going to go to Cleveland. Like, that's how absurd. I don't have the money for that. And I would book it. I will find a way to book it, because that's just how absurd that
Just
sounds.
think about the promo that Dominic and Rey in the middle of the ring after a match. And it's like, you know what, Dad? After I was crushed between those massive thighs of that Amazon woman, I realized, why am I even a Mysterio? And then he rips off his Superman suit that he's always wearing, and then it's just like Rhea for life tattooed on his stomach, like instead of like Mysterio. And Rey's just like, no, Dominic, why? I lost you once. Why did I lose you again?
Like Tupac. No, it will be like Tupac's design. The Doug Light one, except it'll say Rhea for life.
Exactly.
I'm gonna.
Anyway.
I'm gonna go with Judgment Day. I feel like this could be finally. I always say this every time, but like I feel like this could be the time where Dominic does turn on him. They have sprinkled seeds about like Dominic. I mean, obviously, stuff with Rhea. Obviously, aside from the kinky stuff with Rhea, they have sprinkled stuff about like with Edge. Like there was one point where Edge actually speared Dominic. Rey finding a lot more trust in Edge over his own family. Like they've been sprinkling for a while now. They've been doing that, so I think this could be the event where he costs Edge and Mysterio. So I'm gonna go with Judgment Day winning. Plus, they've been building him up decently enough on Raw, so they still need work, but like it's better than before. So what do you guys think?
I think that's the way it could go. Honestly, I just am not very interested in Dominic Mysterio, and I think a gimmick change could probably benefit him.
Mm-hmm.
To me, he's just kind of bland. Like his gimmick is he's Mysterio's son, and that's it.
Yeah, you need some flavor on that.
And so yeah, I can see Judgment Day winning with Dominic's help. And with Balor being from that he's from a country over, but still being kind of in his home area, probably doing the win. Little fun fact for people who have not been watching WWE forever, like some of us, Edge and Rey Mysterio were the second WWE Tag Team Champions, which is now currently called the Raw Tag Titles. They beat the first tag champions, which were Kurt Angle and some dude, some Canadian dude.
Oh, is this?
It's Christian.
Someone that
you can say Christian. They brought up his name on Raw.
It's someone that if you created this person in a WWE game, you'd be banned. I think that's what Nick is getting at.
I think his name was Crispy Benoit. Crispy Beignet or something like that.
Crispy Bacon.
Crispy Bacon. That was his name. Yeah, it was Edge and Crispy Bacon.
Oh yeah. So you have Judgment Day as well? Or
yes.
Mo, what do you think?
I feel like this is still gonna continue on, and if Judgment Day ends up winning, I feel like that's gonna be it for them, feuding with Mysterio and Edge. So I'm gonna go with Mysterio and Edge, with a little side of Dominic being dominated.
Okay, so yeah, I know I got the joke too. So next up we have Matt Riddle versus Seth Rollins.
Freaking Rollins.
How did they fucking make me care for what was supposed to be like kind of like a throwaway feud going into SummerSlam? Like it was supposed to tie in to like Randy's not there. Okay, so we're gonna do real Roman, but then Randy's not gonna make it back in time, so let's do it this way and let's go Riddle Rollins here. And then Triple H has made it so worth this match so anticipated. Like Riddle is acting like, and of course Triple H. So when I say this, I know what I'm saying. But like Matt Riddle is starting to act like NXT Riddle again. He's a lot less broy, a lot more showy would be the word. I don't know. But definitely showed it last night on Raw. Amazing promo between Riddle and Rollins, especially the line like, "When I'm done with you, the only man that will be left in your family will be your wife." Because Becky, that's what Riddle said to Rollins. Yeah. And then apparently when the cameras were when the live feed was out but the mic was still going, Rollins, no shit, like fucking just wrecked Riddle and threw shade in about his wife divorcing him and taking the kids. Oh my God, it was beautiful. Because I'm sitting here watching TV, I'm like, oh, damn, ow. If my knee wasn't hurting right now, it hurt even more. Fuck, that hurt. But fuck, that promo alone just made me really hyped for this match. Like, there are already two great pro wrestlers as it is, and like they just raised the stakes on this match, which is going to be great. As to who will win, I think I'm still going to go with what I originally thought when we came to SummerSlam. I think Riddle is going to win. I think that was the whole plan. I think we're going to stick with that. I think Rollins is definitely one of those people who can still take the loss and keep on trucking. So I'm going to go with Matt Riddle taking the win.
Hmm. It could go either way.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It kind of depends on how long they want this feud to keep going.
Mhm.
Because I can see Rollins wins. They have a rematch, Extreme Rules, or Riddle gets a win, some stipulation match.
Hmm.
Uh, I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins.
Okay. Mo.
I am going to go with the newly christened Matt, but I feel like Rollins is going to have the last laugh by knocking out Matt and then putting Crocs on Matt. So instead of flip flops, he has those Crocs with the backs on them, so he can't easily just fling them out into the crowd or anything like that. And that demoralizes Matt even more
That
with all the
denormalized.
insults, about the family and all that stuff. That's he can kind of take that on a certain level, but to replace his flip flops to shoe him in some Crocs is just
To
like
shoe him.
it's like cutting off Samson's hair.
Okay. So denormalize him. Okay. So next up we have
Demoralize.
I know I said denormalize. Next up we have the 6-woman tag team match between the Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair, Asuka and Alexa Bliss, because they did something with Sasha and Naomi, I guess. And then Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai. So I have nothing against Io Sky's new name. I'm just gonna leave it like there. It sucks, but whatever. It's still pretty much the same thing as it was when it was Io Shirai. Basically means the same thing, which is Genius of the Sky. So yeah, Bayley came back with some NXT buddies during SummerSlam. Becky was supposed to be involved in this, but got injured. Won't probably be back till I predict Rumble. But yeah, this is where we're going. This is where we get interesting too, because we have one last Monday Night Raw. So basically, they've been feuding for a bit now. Of course, Bayley's goal is to reinvigorate the women's division with her group, which is beat the shit out of everybody like heels usually do. But they had the women's tag team tournament go on. A lot of great stuff back and forth. It came down to Io Sky and Dakota Kai and the slap them together team of Raquel Rodriguez and Aaliyah. And due to some slight interference from the face team at Clash, Jesus Christ, I can't believe I'm saying this. Aaliyah and Raquel Rodriguez are the new women's tag team champions, which definitely caught a lot of people, like 98% of people off guard. No, 99% of people off guard.
Well, they also pinned the non-legal person.
Yes, which may play a factor into it, but yeah, I've been liking where this is going. It's been nice seeing some fresh faces in the form of Io and Dakota on the main roster. Not ignoring the fact that like a lot of these people knew each other during the NXT days, which was nice. And then there was that a couple of Raws ago, there was a slight hint of an Asuka versus Io Shirai match, which I would fucking love to see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that would be so freaking explosively amazing. But yeah, that's where we're at now. So with all that being said, my original prediction was like if they were to win the women's tag team championships, I was gonna say like they were definitely maybe gonna lose, which would lead into like
They were definitely maybe going to lose.
Definitely maybe, yeah. I felt like they were going to like lose, but then their teams, the groups would separate, and then you would get Asuka, Bliss going after the women's tag titles that Sky and Kai would have, and then Bayley would reunite her feud with Bianca from last year. But that didn't happen. Raquel and Aaliyah won, so definitely feel like Bayley's team's gonna win. Bayley's team's gonna win. It would make no sense for them to lose. I don't see why they would not win. Like, And then you have Bayley get up the pin over Bianca to reignite that feud. So yeah, I'm gonna go with team Bayley's team. They don't have an official name, apparently. Somebody's trademarked Damage Control.
I thought that was their name.
No, it's not officially confirmed. Because there's already a wrestling stable, I think on an indie scene named Damage Control, but their Damage Control
it spelled
CTRL.
But I mean, how's the other Damage Control spelled?
Like Damage Control.
See, so it's different.
It's different. Totally not the same thing.
Totally not the same thing. Like the Iconics. Okay, so what you guys got? What you got? Oh, there it is.
There we go.
So who you guys got?
I am going with Team Bayley.
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason they didn't have the win titles in the tournament is that I don't think Aaliyah and Rodriguez are going to hold the belts for very long. Mm-hmm. I think Team Bayley's going to win right here, and then they're going to eventually all have belts. I think Sky and Kai are going to win the tag titles, and I think Bayley's going to win the Raw Women's title. And I think without Ali too, which I think would be a smart thing to do, is that Bayley holds all the way to Mania. Becky wins the Royal Rumble. We get Becky versus Bayley at Mania.
Now, of course, I guess we'll talk a little bit about that later when we get to the title match.
Ooh.
But yeah, but it'll be interesting to see because I remember original plans were still to have Becky Ronda at next year's Mania.
I'd rather see Becky Bayley, honestly.
I know, but dude, I want to see that Fatal 4 with the 4 Horsemen already, man. I'm fucking just like,
Well, yeah. I mean, you might have it at the next Evolution,
Yeah. So let's see. So you said what you got, Mo?
I'm going with Damage Control.
Damage Control.
Seeing as how they had just debuted and they're actually, shown as a group compared to, we have these 3 other people that they're facing who don't have a cohesiveness to their team. Mm-hmm. I feel like if anything, the face team would have some kind of spat. I don't know if it would be full on kind of like, whenever Sasha would be on a team with someone and she's like the face, she's on like a face team, and then all of a sudden, there's turmoil. I don't think it's going to be on that level, but I don't think that they're going to be as put together. I don't know if Alexa is like still insane mode or not. I haven't kept up.
Okay, so basically, boil it down. She saw a psychiatrist. Psychiatrist put the dead Lily puppet parts inside a new Lily puppet. As long as Alexa has the doll with her when she goes anywhere, she stays sane.
Oh, so she's become a ticking time bomb.
Sorry, I had a dog barking. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's basically, yeah. So we'll have to wait.
She's the Hulk.
You wouldn't like her when she's crazy?
I mean, yeah. Look at what happened when she was crazy. That wasn't a good run.
Yeah, I know. Don't remind me. We're gotta make it to the end of this year before we can start bitching and moaning about how the first half of WWE's year was kind of So let's see. Next up, for the Intercontinental Championship match, we have Walter defending his championship against Sheamus. Of course, one of the things I've loved that they finally brought back is the fact that Sheamus just needs to win the IC title to be in his words, a Ultimate Grand Slam champion.
The hell is that?
His version of a Grand Slam champion, except Ultimate. I don't know. Basically, it led to a really good moment. It was a really good segment from last Friday's SmackDown, wherein they had Sheamus, like Gunther was saying, you have no chance. Sheamus, what was cool is he lists off all the major like WWE superstars he has beaten. You know, he of course even touting how he beat Roman Reigns, which it's technically true. Yeah, which is really cool. It was a really good promo, and I'm looking forward to his match. This gonna be two of the whitest of white boys getting bright red and kind of purple in the chest. I mean, seriously, this match is going to hurt. This match is seriously gonna hurt. But with that being said,
I just want to make one comment here.
Okay, go on.
Kristen loves them white boys getting slapped.
Okay, so I have...
As a fellow white boy.
So I have...
He loves it when those white boys get all red.
You just hate when you see, you know,
so I have
pale violence.
So I have Walter. Obviously, I think still
Who's
not
Walter? I know Gunther is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I know Walter, who's defending his title at Clash.
Oh, it would be nice if his name changed back.
Dude, that would be so fun. And he got his fucking original theme he came in with too. Oh my god. Sorry, no. Walter, I feel like it's not yet time for him to lose the IC title. As much as it would make a great moment for Sheamus to finally get that Grand Slam accolade, I don't feel it's time for him to lose that IC title just yet. We need more time to really rehab the IC title. They did smart with the vignettes. They did smart with having with him having a really good match against Nakamura. Like, he has everything you should look for in a top pro wrestling superstar. We need more time on the rehab for the IC title before we have Walter losing that thing. So who do you guys have?
As much as I want Sheamus to win, I think it's going to be Volta.
Okay. Mo?
I agree with Nick on that, but I also wanted to add that I think now is the perfect opportunity for, instead of Sheamus to come out with the blinding light on his pale body, he instead is in traditional Celtic warrior garb with a full choir of Celtic singers, maybe a little Irish lass just singing some beautiful rendition of his homeland song, and then he loses. But you know, you gotta play up to the crowd. I feel like something needs to be done with those two, at least in terms of entrances. Maybe not Walter / Gunther because of the implications, but yeah,
he's Austrian. So next up we have for the SmackDown Women's Championship, it is Shayna Baszler versus Liv Morgan. This one's interesting because we have to add stuff to talk about Ronda at this one. So of course, the controversial win that Liv got was not liked by the crowd that first night on SmackDown, obviously. So then Shayna won a gauntlet match to get this title opportunity at Clash of the Castle. Then Ronda shows up, starts bitching and moaning again, attacks people, looks at Shayna, and Shayna's like, this is not how we're supposed to do things. She's doing things by inside the company and stuff like that. And of course, Ronda with D-line, I love, where she's like, what happened to you? You used to be a killer. Then we built up more and more to that. Ronda eventually came back, paid her fine by literally just dumping cash on a table. Then attacked more security, got arrested by the cops. Let's see. And then eventually she attacked Liv some more, threatened to crush her injured hand from SummerSlam. hasn't done so, and now we're here. I don't know. Like I said, we're recording this before SmackDown. Something else could be added or something else could be done. So as of right now, we're just going to stick with the fact is still planned as Shayna Baszler versus Liv Morgan for SmackDown Women's title. With that being said, this one is kind of difficult because on one hand, you have Liv, who cashed in successfully, has only had the title for roughly like 2 months. Then on the other side of things, Shayna winning could really rehab Shayna, but her still losing not exactly clean would still help rebuild her up. So you have the interest of we could just say fuck it and like go with the idea that we're just going to push Liv Morgan instead just to make sure because of money in the bank reasons, or are we going to push Shayna because we really need to get our women's division up and running again? That's where we leave it right now. So it's really difficult, but I think I'm going with Liv retaining, but Shayna's going to look really good in defeat.
Yeah, I really want Liv Morgan to win because the way they've been booking her since she won the title has not been good.
Mm-hmm.
They've been booked. There's one thing to be an underdog champion, but they're gone so far to where she just looks like a weak champion. And nobody wants to get behind that. That's why some of the crowd's turning on her, which I think is bullshit.
Yeah, that part's fucked up.
And is Ronda a face or a heel? I can't even tell anymore. She's supposed to be
Ronda's supposed to be a heel.
I mean, that's a heel thing when you're like, I got fined, and then you just dump the money on the table.
Ronda looks like Ronda is definitely a heel.
I was like, are they going with a heel or are they going with like a badass Stone Cold type face where he doesn't give a shit?
I feel like heel. She attacked the ref after the match at SummerSlam. And that's like a heel.
I mean, Stone Cold would do that.
Mm-hmm.
But that was when like we knew like what side his bread was being buttered. Here, it's not the same thing.
Stone Cold doesn't eat butter.
Okay.
He eats beer butter.
Mo, who do you think?
I mean, hearing the matchup of Liv versus Shayna just makes me think of what was it? The women's elimination chamber, I think. I think that was like the most significant time that I remember Shayna and Liv being like in a match together, pay-per-view wise, and Liv got fucked up by Shayna. I think she got fucked up by like most everyone, but I think it was like Shayna was the most significant. So I mean, I see Liv coming out on top, but it's probably not going to be like a satisfying, definitive win.
Yeah. No, I got you. That's a good point. So, of course, we have our main event match, which, oh boy, is for the EU Championship main event as Roman Reigns, now a 2-year Universal Champion, defends against Drew McIntyre. Of course, Drew won this right in a hardcore match, in a no disqualification match, basically.
You call it what it was.
It's a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match.
Whatever.
There we go.
So
there's the bullshit I was waiting for.
Yes.
But see, thanks to Triple H.
Insult my heritage.
But thanks to Triple H.
WWE did that.
But thanks to Triple H.
Yeah, that's a good match.
It was a really good match, but thanks to Triple H, we have the Drew McIntyre we know and love again. He still has the fucking sword, but like, whatever. But he's been doing great. Eric's been doing good.
And what was that sword made out of, Kristen?
The tooth of a Loch Ness monster.
Damn right it is.
Anyways,
did he have to pay $350 for it?
So, anyways, basically it comes down to two factors. We have the Sami Zayn side of things between him and the Bloodline, especially Jay not being a big fan of him. The stuff with Kevin Owens. On the other side of things, we had a returning and re-debuting Karrion Kross with Scarlett in tow because it's Scarlett. As well, we have that factor as well. We have another whole bunch of rumored other factors too. But yeah, this is the question is this it? I think that's the biggest question we're thinking about because it's 2 years. It's been 2. I don't think they could have come up with it.
Damn years.
It's been 2 years.
This still isn't the longest reign for any champion, isn't it?
No, this is the longest reign for a Universal Championship. Technically.
No, Bruno Sammartino held for like 6 years.
Yeah,
that's why
nobody's being that. Yeah, for Universal Championship.
Nobody yet, you know.
For Universal Championships, yeah, Roman has the record officially. But yeah, so that's where it comes down to. Is this it? Is this where they give it to Drew, both titles? Is this where we see something happening in this main event? Are they just going to have the hometown boy winning? Oh, technically the hometown boy winning if we're going by like what countries are considered part of the UK and not. And
yeah, Scotland and Wales are part of the UK.
Yeah, so
home country.
So are they going to see? The thing is, are you going to leave the crowd going home happy, or are you going to leave the crowd going home happy? Because people still love Roman Reigns. Like,
no, if Drew McIntyre doesn't win in the UK,
this is the most like Roman's been over in his entire fucking career, and that's including when he came back from beating cancer. How is that? That's just okay.
Yeah, Reigns getting definitely more cheer, but I do think there is a fatigue.
I'm just at Hawkeye meme gif. It's like, don't do that. Don't give me hope. You know, it's like they've been building this up. They had the spat behind the what was it, the I would say make it up, but like the creation of Drew McIntyre, his journey to this point now, videos they released, and those were really good. Like, it's the Drew McIntyre we know and love, not the one Vince came up with.
What Drew McIntyre do you love? Because I'm thinking a 3-man band.
You know, I'm gonna ignore that.
Okay.
He had a great match with Kevin Owens. He has a lot of fire against him in his promo. It's like everything is building up to it. But I know it's Triple H. But back of my mind, I'm like, he could still pull that shit. He has the power to pull that shit. I'm still gonna go Drew in this. I just feel like it's time. Like, Roman's basically out the door. He's part-timing a lot of his stuff now. A whole lot of his stuff now.
He's not booked for the next pay-per-view.
Exactly. I mean, you can... And like I was saying before, you could still... It looks like they may lead into... If Drew wins here, they could easily lead into Roman Rock without the title involved, which... You can do a feud without a title. Thank you, Triple H, if this happens. Like... I mean... I'm going to go with Drew on this. It's just, I don't want to get my hopes up, but it's Triple H running things now. Things have been doing better now on Raw and SmackDown. I've been watching Raw and SmackDown again. Like, yeah, I'm going to go with Drew on this, though I'm worried. I can't help but to feel worried.
Yeah, I'm also going with Drew, obviously. Drew McIntyre is one of my favorites. This could be his actual moment that he didn't get at WrestleMania because of a unknown virus of unspecified origin.
Yes.
So this could be actually his actual big moment. It'd be really cool if he came out to his old theme song.
A lot of people want it. Yeah, a lot of people want that.
That's a good song.
It is. Mo?
Make them come true.
I'm going with Roman. You guys, you know how much I like you. You guys were full of hope and just inspiration inside. It's like, I believe this is gonna be this wrestler's time. If I'm wrong, that's great. But if I'm right, oh, your sweet, sweet, salty tears
Hey, eventually you were wrong about Liv Morgan.
Eventually, but you see how it's going so far.
Yeah, she's still champion. That's one thing.
Yes. Okay, with all that being said, what do you guys feel like is going to be the match of the night? My money is on Riddle Rollins, just because it's Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins.
Seth freaking Rollins.
Nope, still not gonna say it. I think that's gonna be the match of the night. I think that all the matches are gonna be good if they're produced right. Like, I think they're all gonna do great. But I think for me personally, I think it's gonna be Riddle Rollins. What do you guys think? What do you think is gonna be your best match? What do you think is gonna be the best match of the night?
I think it's gonna be Riddle Rollins.
Riddle Rollins? Okay. Mo?
I think it's going to be the trios women's match. But second to that, if any of these matches has some kind of corporate tie-in, I think that's going to end up being the best match. So if there's some, like, I don't know, some international brand that sponsors Clash at the Castle, like
some Jimmy Dodges,
some major supermarket chain over there, maybe, or whatever, and then they have like a supermarket fight, then I'm going with that. But again, first choice is the trios women's match.
Okay, cool. Go on, Nick.
I was gonna say presented by some Jimmy Dodges or some fish and chips.
I should let you.
You want some
platter?
A bag of crisps.
A bag of crisps.
Bag of Walker's crisps.
And so that's been our predictions, folks, for Clash at the Castle 2022. So other than that, if you're new to the channel, you can hit the like button. If you want to talk to us more about stuff like this, comment down below. If you want to share us around, share it around. And if you like us just a little bit more than anybody else, when it comes to talking about some clashing at the castle, hit the subscribe button down below and hit the bell icon as well. Let us know what you think of our predictions for Clash of Castle 2022. Are predictions you agree with us with? Are there ones you disagree with? What do you think is going to be your favorite match of the night? What do you think is going to be your favorite moment of the night? Let us know in the comments down below. Put down what you know of our reaction to these predictions. I still got used to the same predictions. Let us know what your thoughts are to our predictions overall, but most importantly, we thank you for watching. So, of course, guys, where can they find you somewhere on the internet?
I mean,
where can they find you, Mo, on the ground stage of the internet?
They can find me somewhere on the internet. They can try. I've hidden things throughout different corners of the internet, kind of like a huge, like, it's like the Da Vinci Code, except there's nothing satisfying that comes out of it if you find all the information.
Tom Hanks will not be involved.
Yeah, instead of
I don't have that kind of money.
Instead of finding some ultimate secret, you just find the first spoon Jesus ever carved. It doesn't do anything. It's just
you eventually may end up just finding peanut butter jelly time. That's ultimately what it would lead you to.
Where yet?
Okay, so
Nick? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but they can find you under the name
Afro Mobro, of course.
I give them a little hint. The internet's huge.
I mean, yeah, but they got to work for it somehow.
It's dangerous to go alone.
Just look up Afro Mobro. Just look up Afro Mobro, see what you find. Most of it should be made by myself. But other than that, Nick, what about you?
Oh, me? It's literal me? Yes, you can find all my work and links to all my works on social medias on my official website, nicholasslade.com. Also, be sure to check out some of my past articles and reviews over on FloridaGeekScene.com.
Yes. And of course, guys, be sure to also stay tuned because it's going to be a very busy weekend for a lot of people, kind of us as well. But also stay tuned for All Out 2022, our All Out 2022 predictions, as that is the same weekend. Oh my God, it's gonna be fun. But
speaking of the UK, there's also a Worlds Collide the same weekend.
Yes, which Mo is going to.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yes, because last year he was at the end of the Black and Gold era. Now he's at the end of. Now he's going to visit.
I mean,
experience the end of UK
look,
era.
the way that you put it, it makes it seem like I'm the Grim Reaper of certain things. Everything that you love has died because I showed up at it.
I don't have to tell you, dude. You just have that brain of luck, whatever. But until next time, though, folks, I'm Kristen.
I'm Nick Slade.
I am Mo Brothers.
And make sure to check out our reactions to Clash of Castle and All Out. But I'm Kristen as well, and this has been a very Clash at a Castle filled episode of 1, 2, 3 Wrestling. So we will see you guys later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to check out any of our previous reactions,
as well as one of our other SRB shows,
check out one of the playlists down below.
And if you want to check us out in the social universe,
you can find us on Twitter and Stardust
at Super React Bros,
as well as on Facebook
at Super Reaction Bros.